Hello, Toastmaster Gona.
Yes, I'm here.
Okay. I think it's I think it's one. I can't see Toastmaster Mohammed on the call. Do you want to start the meeting, please?
No worries. Let's go for it. Okay. Good afternoon, fellow Toastmasters and guests. Please confirm you can hear me and then you can see me.
Good afternoon.
Good
Toast.
afternoon. Yes, we can.
Yes, I can see you.
Beautiful. Welcome, welcome to Seaside Toastmasters Club, and we are starting the meeting just about now. If you are a guest on this call, welcome. Welcome to all Toastmasters far and wide, joining us from Kano, Port Harcourt, Lagos, wherever you may be. This is Seaside Toastmasters Club. Seaside is one of the numerous Toastmasters clubs scattered all over the world. And what do? We help members in two major aspects of their lives: communication and public speaking. So we are a not-for-profit organization, global organization, if I might say, that provides a supportive environment for members to learn and grow and develop themselves in public speaking and leadership. At Seaside, we usually meet twice every month. So it means you are in time for our second meeting in June. Our first meetings are usually the first Saturdays of the month, and we meet at Eco Hotels. And you could also join us online, the magic of technology. Our second meetings happen on the second Saturdays of the month. So this is the second meeting in June, and it's strictly virtual. It means people can join us online. We are not at Eco Hotels today. Thank you. To move this meeting forward, I would just want to state a few ground rules that will help us to get a more conducive meeting. First, it's our microphones. I don't know where each and every one of you might be. You are encouraged that if you are not speaking at the time, please keep your microphone on mute, except you are absolutely certain that where you are is a quiet environment. But we don't want to hear background noises when people are speaking on the call. Please, if you are not sure of that, let's leave our microphones on mute. The second one is that we like our meetings to be interactive. Virtual meetings are usually interactive at Seaside. So we encourage you that when called upon to speak, whether during table topics or in any capacity, please have your videos turned on. We want to see your beautiful faces, and we want to connect with the voice that we are hearing from the screen. Please, let's have our videos on when we are about speaking. That is that, and I'm sure we are good to go from here. But before we go, it's important we take the Toastmasters promise. The Toastmasters promise will be coming live on your screen. I will read it while you read it wherever you are, still on mute. So we take the Toastmasters promise now. I don't know if the president is sharing. So you just give it 30 seconds and the Toastmasters promise should be up on the screen. Awesome. Awesome. The screen is sharing. Let's go. Yes, as a member of Toastmasters International and my club, I promise to attend club meetings regularly, to prepare all of my projects to the best of my ability, basing them on the Toastmasters education program, to prepare for and fulfill meeting assignments, to provide fellow members with helpful constructive evaluations, to help the club maintain the positive, friendly environment necessary for all members to learn and grow, to serve my club as an officer when called upon to do so, to treat my fellow club members and our guests with respect and courtesy, to bring guests to club meetings so they can see the benefits Toastmasters membership offers, to adhere to the guidelines and rules for all Toastmasters educational and recognition programs, to act within Toastmasters' core values of integrity, respect, service, and excellence during the conduct of all Toastmasters activity. And so we have promised. Thank you very much. Please, let's put our hands together for ourselves. Use the virtual emojis, make those reactions. I just want to be sure that I am not talking to myself. Thank you, Toastmaster Essien. Thank you, everyone. Thank you. So we'll move on for the meeting today. And who else to lead us into the opening of this meeting than our president? Our president is an actuarial analyst and insurance product development expert who is passionate about advancing universal health coverage and deepening insurance penetration in Nigeria. He brings a strong blend of technical expertise and strategic insights to designing impactful insurance solutions. He's a dedicated communicator and leader. He holds a Triple Crown Toastmasters Award, and he is currently the president of Seaside Toastmasters Club, like I have said, and he was the past program quality director of Area 11. Dear Toastmasters and guests, please let's use the reactions to welcome our president of Seaside Toastmasters Club, Toastmaster Kudus Adebayo. Toastmaster Kudus, the virtual lectern is yours.
Thank you very much, the Vice President of Education, President-elect, standing in as the SA for today's meeting. Good afternoon, our dear Seaside family. It gives me great pleasure to welcome you all to another beautiful meeting of Seaside Toastmasters. Today, just like every other Seaside Toastmasters meeting, we are going to intrigue you with great prepared speeches, interesting table topics, and helpful evaluations for you to take on. As you know, every first and second Saturdays of the month, we gather to build our public speaking and leadership skills, which we develop together as peers. Our quote of today's meeting is: the function of leadership is to produce more leaders, not more followers. A quote by Ralph Nader, an American lawyer. This quote, I find it very fitting for today because it aligns with our theme for today's meeting, which is leaders rising. True leadership is not measured only by what happens while we hold a position, but by what continues after we leave it. It's about creating an environment where others can go, discover their abilities, and step confidently into their own leadership journey. And that's what we do here at Toastmasters. Today is a special one for me because I sit here and I preside over this meeting for the last time as club president. I do so with a heart full of gratitude. Gratitude for the journey, the lessons, the growth, the challenges, and most importantly, the amazing people who made this experience worthwhile. Over this past year, I have watched leaders rise in this club. Members who was hesitated to speak, now taking the stage with confidence. Members stepping into roles, supporting one another, and proving that leadership truly grows when we lift others. So today, a year to celebrate growth, to celebrate courage, to celebrate every leader rising on this call. So I welcome you again to Seaside Toastmasters meeting, a club where leaders are made, voices are strengthened, and possibilities are endless. As I wish us all an amazing meeting, I would like to introduce to you a leader who has just risen to the occasion by playing the role of the Toastmaster of the day for the first time. No better time to do this than in a meeting, team leaders rising. She is a founder and self-care coach. She is a nature lover, travel enthusiast, creative director. She loves aesthetics and she is artistic. Her favorite quotes are, life meets you.
Magdalene.
Okay. Her favorite quotes are, life meets you at the level of your audacity, and self-care is self-love. Please welcome to the virtual LinkedIn Toastmaster Equal SN.
Thank you so much for that introduction, Mr. President. Good afternoon, my fellow Toastmasters, distinguished guests and friends. Welcome to another exciting meeting of Toastmasters Seaside Club. My name is Toastmaster Ikwesien, and I have the privilege of serving you today as the Toastmasters of the day. So before we begin, let us come to order. As Toastmasters, we gather not just to speak, but to grow. We gather to challenge ourselves, sharpen our communication and leadership skills, and help one another become better versions of ourselves. Today's theme is Leaders Rising. Leadership is not just a title, it is a journey for every one of us. And every great leader started as a learner, a volunteer, a first time speaker, or someone courageous enough to stand up and share an idea. Today's meeting is dedicated to celebrating growth, courage, and the emergence of new leaders. Every speech, every evaluation, and every table topic response is an opportunity for leadership to rise. Our inspirational quote for today is, the function of leadership is to introduce more leaders, not more followers. It's a quote by Ralph Nader. He's an American lawyer, author, and political activist who is known for advocating for consumer rights and civic responsibility. This quote reminds us that true leadership is not about gathering followers around ourselves. It is about empowering other people to discover their own voices. As we proceed today, let us ask ourselves, am I simply participating or am I helping another leader rise? So with that, I'm going to introduce the word of the day. The word of the day is SQ. It means for something to be bent, not straight, not aligned, tilted, or out of order. The example is, without effective communication, even the best plans can be askew. So I encourage every one of us to use the word SQ throughout the meeting. Let's see how creatively we can incorporate it into our speeches, evaluations, and discussion. For the benefit of our guests joining us today, Toastmasters International is a global educational organization dedicated to helping individuals improve their communication, public speaking, and leadership skills. So we are here because communication and leadership are skills that can be learned and mastered. To help our guests and members follow today's journey, let me briefly walk you through the structure of our meeting today. Apologies, please give me one moment. Apologies for that break. So we have three sections. We have the prepared speeches, we have the table topic season, and we have the evaluation season. The prepared speech season, this is where members deliver speeches from the Toastmasters Pathway Learning Program. Every prepared speech represents hours of preparation, courage, and personal growth. Today, we will hear speeches designed to challenge and inspire us. And the next section would be table topic season. Following the prepared speeches, we will move into the most exciting part of Toastmasters, the table topics. This is our impromptu speaking segment. Participants are given a question or topic and have 1 or 2 minutes to respond without preparation. This is an excellent opportunity to receive valuable feedback on spontaneous speaking abilities. And then the last section. At Toastmasters, we call this breakfast for champions. This is because champions go through feedback, and a thoughtful evaluation can prevent a speaker's growth from going askew and provide clear direction for improvement. And moving forward, every successful meeting requires someone to oversee the quality and effectiveness of proceedings. The general evaluator serves as the guardian of the meeting excellence. This individual observes the entire meeting, coordinates the evaluation team, and ensures that every speaker and role player receives meaningful feedback. Today's general evaluator is a dedicated Toastmaster, known for attention to details and commitment to excellence. Please help welcome the general evaluator, TM Kofo Worola Jagun. I hope I pronounced your name correctly.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Ikoesien. Good afternoon, fellow Toastmasters and guests.
Good afternoon.
Thank you. My name is Koforola, and I will be your general evaluator for today. The role of the general evaluator is to give feedback. I want us to think about this. Imagine you have to play a role or give a speech, or maybe do something that you've never done before. After that, people say you've done well, but they don't give you specific insights into the things you did well or the things you did not do well. The chances are the next time you have to do that thing again, you most likely would not perform as well as you did the first time. This is the purpose of evaluation. Evaluation helps us notice the points where we've done well, the points where we need to improve on, and the points where we could do even way better so that we can consistently do way better every time we have to do something. As general evaluator, it is my role to evaluate this meeting and help us improve the quality of this meeting. I would not be doing this alone. This role would be played by myself and a few other people known as the tag team. To introduce the first member of the tag team would be the timer. Our timer for today's meeting is a bilingual communication officer, a project coordinator, and language educator. She has a passion for empowering people through education, culture, and technology, and a graduate of University of Lagos. Our timer for this meeting is Toastmaster Oluwatoyosi Oke. Please let's welcome her to the virtual lectern.
Good afternoon, fellow Toastmasters.
Good afternoon.
My name is Oluwatoyosi Oke, and I will be your timer for today. As we all know, time is the most valuable thing. Today, I'll be keeping tab on every speaker to ensure that we keep to this meeting within the allotted time. But specifically, can we hear me? Okay. But specifically, I would be timing 3 major aspects of the meeting, which are the prepared speech segment, the table topic segment, and the speech evaluator. For the prepared speech segment, will the speaker have up to 5 to 6 minutes. It means that the speaker has a minimum of 5 minutes and the maximum of 6 minutes. When it's 5 minutes, I will show you the green card. So I'm showing you the green card. This is what I'm going to show you. Okay, can we see the green card? So I'm going to show you the green card. And then I would show you the yellow card.
Toastmaster Toyosi,
Can you hear me?
your video is not on and we can't see the cards.
Oh, okay. Let me do that again.
If you turn on your video, we'll be able to see it. Awesome.
Okay. Can you see it now? Okay,
Awesome.
great. Thank you. So, which means that you have just, once I show you the green card, that means you have just met the minimum allotted time for 5 minutes. And then I would show you the yellow card. And that means that your time is almost up. Once I show you the yellow card, I want to change it to the yellow card now. So can we all see that? Then I will change to red card once your time is up. So once your time is up, that means that you can round off. In other words, you still have like 30 seconds more to round off and give the mic to the evaluator of the day. Also, for the table topic segments, the same thing is also going to happen. For the table topic segment, you have as a speaker 2 to 3 minutes allotted time. So I'm going to be showing my green card once is 1 minute. That means you have used 1 minute out of your allotted time. Then I would show you the yellow card once you get to 1 minute 30 seconds, and the red card once you've exhausted your time. But in other words, I would you still have like 30 minutes to also round off and give the microphone to the evaluator of the day. However, okay, however, you are just expected, everyone is expected to keep up to time, and I will just be looking up to everyone that is speaking. But generally speaking, like I've said earlier, it's just particularly for the prepared speech segments and the table topic and the speech evaluator. During the speech evaluator segments, like I've explained, each evaluator also has 2 to 3 minutes to deliver their evaluation. At 2 minutes, I will likely show the green card, and at 2 seconds, 30 minutes, I will show you the yellow card. And once it's 3 minutes, I will show you the red card. It means your time is up. And again, you have 30 seconds to round up and leave. Dear Toastmaster and guests, there you have it for today for the 3 major aspects of this meeting. However, I will also look out for every other speaker. So if you are speaking today, please watch out for the timer, my background, because I will show you the green card at different time, of the meeting, especially for the Toastmaster of today. It's my hope that we all keep to time. As we all know, time is valuable. I will be back here to give you the report on how we all use our time today. Thank you, and back to you, the General Evaluator.
Thank you very much, Madam Timer, for that brilliant introduction of your role. I would like to recap the rules. We have 5 to 7 minutes for the prepared speech. We also have an icebreaker today that will be 4 to 6 minutes long. We have the table topic sessions for 1 to 2 minutes and the evaluation sections for 2 to 3 minutes. Please let's keep to this timing. Before I introduce the next role player, I would like us to play a quick little game. I'm going to be putting some emojis in the chat box, and we have to guess what those emojis mean. For example, if I send this emoji into the chat, the first person to guess what it means will get 1 point. And then like that, we gather points until the end of the meeting. So for example, these emojis signify, does anybody want to guess before we go ahead?
Speaking to an audience.
Okay,
Everyone.
public speaking. So I think we're all familiar with the game at this point. So we're going to do a few before we move to the next introduction. So when you would like to respond, you can just type in the chat box or just unmute and respond. This is the next one.
Listening and reading and writing.
Does anyone else want to try? Listening and taking notes. Does anyone else want to try? Taking notes. Does anybody else want to try? So the answer for this is active listening. Oh, someone said listening attentively. Okay, so Toastmaster Mercy gets 1 point. She typed that before I said the answer. We have another one here. Does anybody else want to guess? These words are Toastmasters related. They are public speaking related. So we can.
New words.
You're getting
Learning
there.
new words or learning new vocabulary.
New book. It's related to Toastmasters meetings. Word of the day. Someone said, yeah, word of the day. Thank you very much. Toastmaster Tonya said word of the day. Now we'll do one more before we introduce the next role player. One more before we introduce the next role player.
Speech contest.
Okay, that was very easy. Speech contest. Thank you very much, everyone. Now I'll be introducing my next role player, who is in the person of the R counter. Our R counter for this meeting is a media marketing strategist and community builder with over 5 years of experience in digital marketing, branding, and communication. She is passionate about leveraging marketing, technology, and innovation to create opportunities and drive impact. Please let's welcome Toastmaster Sandra Daniel, our counter for today's meeting.
Thank you very much.
Please let's send a virtual round of applause.
Thank you so much, Madam Evaluator. How rhetorical. I'm starting my speech with okay. Thank you so much. My name is Sandra Daniel. I'm going to be playing the speech of the counter. We know that as Toastmasters, one thing that is very crucial to us is that we're not just delivering speeches, but we're delivering a speech that is accurate, that is poised, and we're still able to retain the power of our speech. And using filler words like and the likes can potentially sometimes reduce the power and the potency of our speech. My role today is going to be counting all the filler words that is going to be used by each speaker, and I'll see you at the end of the meeting. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Sandra. Now we'll be introducing our next role player, who is in the person of the grammarian. Our grammarian for today's meeting is a product designer who loves solving problems through thoughtful design and technology. When she's not designing, she's exploring new ideas, documenting life in Lagos, and sharing her perspective on technology, creativity, and everyday experiences. Our grammarian for today's meeting is Toastmaster Esther Bassi. Please let's welcome her with a virtual round of applause. Toastmaster Esther, the lectern is yours. Is Toastmaster Esther on this call, please? Okay, so I will be introducing the role of the grammarian. As grammarian, the purpose of the grammarian is to... Okay, I think Toastmaster Esther, are you back?
No, she's not. Please, can you just go on?
Okay. The role of the grammarian first is to introduce the word of the day, and we have had the Toastmaster of the day introduce the word of the day. More than that, the grammarian takes note of good word usage and proper grammar usage and improper grammar usage throughout the course of the meeting. So as grammarian, I would urge us to take control and use, first of all, the word of the day, which is askew. For the pronunciation of the word is askew, and it means not straight, out of line, or at an angle. It describes something that is tilted, lopsided, or positioned unevenly. Word usage would be the painting on the wall hung askew. The painting on the wall hung askew. He ran outside with his hat askew. He ran outside with his hat askew. As we go through this meeting, let's try to use the word of the day. And during the course of the meeting, we'll be noting proper grammar usage, use of quotes, use of unusual grammar, and also at the end of this meeting, the grammarian will come back to give a report on how we have fared in using the word of the day and in using our grammar. Thank you very much, and it's back to me. Thank you very much, Toastmasters. Now that you have heard from the tag team, I will end this by leaving a note to say the purpose of feedback is not to judge. The purpose of feedback is so that we can do better and improve ourselves. So let us take all the feedback we're going to get from this meeting and use them in our daily lives. And it's back to you, the Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Tonia.
Thank you so much for that. That was a beautiful section, Toastmaster. General evaluator of the day. Please give me a moment. Okay, so we're moving to the next section, which is the table topic section. So in life, we are often called upon to speak unexpectedly during meetings, interviews, networking events, presentations. And that is very basic for leaders if you want to excel as a leader. So table topics train us for this moment. It teaches us to think clearly, communicate confidently, and respond effectively under pressure. To guide us through this exciting season, we have an experienced Toastmaster, Linus Society, who will challenge us, inspire us, and perhaps ensure that none of our answers goes completely askew. Please help me welcome our table topic master, Toastmaster Linus Osai.
Thank you very
Toastmaster,
kindly,
okay.
Toastmaster of the day. Good afternoon, good morning, good evening for those of us that are joining us from different time zones. And welcome everyone to this very important table topic session. Ladies and gentlemen, the table topic session is the session where we allow especially guests to participate in this meeting by speaking off the cuff. You will be given topics which you're expected to speak between 1 to 2 minutes. And at the end of 2 minutes, you wrap up your speech. Now, I encourage guests on the call, if you're not a Toastmaster, to please participate in this because this is primarily for you. However, for us to start, I would always ask that a veteran Toastmaster or an experienced Toastmaster takes the first question, and then we can start calling on guests. So with the raise hand emoticon, please indicate your willingness to participate in this table topic session. First, an experienced Toastmaster, and then guests on the call. Hello. I don't have any volunteers or any takers. Mr. President, do you want to name names and point fingers?
Thank you. I love that. I love that assignment. Toastmaster Pamalik Va.
Okay. Can the host just grant me the access to share my screen?
Okay. It's immediately fine.
All right. Toastmaster Pamalik Va, please confirm you can hear me and you can see my screen.
Yes, I can hear you and I can see your screen.
Okay. So we have 6 questions, 6 items that we would like people to speak off the cuff of. Please select any of the numbers to jump out to you that you prefer to speak to.
Okay. I'll go with number 1.
Number 1 it is, as you are the first person to speak. Here we're talking about the crucible of leadership. The question is, think of a moment when you had an unexpected challenge push you to rise to the occasion. How did it reveal your capacity for leadership and shape your understanding of your own potential?
Thank you very much for that question. Good afternoon, Toastmasters and guests. My name is Pamalik Bah, and the question is, think of a moment when I was unexpectedly challenged to push to rise to an occasion, and how did it reveal my capacity for leadership? Well, what comes to mind is a situation in my office where my line manager was not feeling well. And then there are certain higher responsibilities, which, sometimes in our office we would say, this is above my pay grade. And she was not in because she was not feeling well. I was the only one there, and I need to make sure that I take care of what I'm supposed to do and also take care of her responsibilities. And you know how the responsibility of the orgas are, right? So you'll be doing high-level meetings, you'll be taking on certain challenging tasks. And guess what? The first thing I did was actually reach out to her, which was very good to understand what I need to do, to understand where my limitations are, where I need to give a holding response because I do not have an answer to. I give that to actually manage expectations and also to manage frustrations. Remember, when you have sometimes maybe very important requests from certain people, and then they're expecting an immediate answer, and the person is not there. So the best thing you do is give a holding response to actually manage that escalation, that frustration. Now, that's what I did, called her and get a feel of, what's going on. First, check on her, how are you doing, everything. And then she was okay, just had a few, health issues here and there. Then I had to tell her that, look, no one's here. I'm the one stepping into your shoes. And it's an ask you moment for me. And I need you to just guide me on what to do until you're back. And then it was a good conversation I had with her. And then I attended some of the critical meetings that she needed to attend. I gave a holding response to some of the requests that are coming or requiring her attention. And then I also handled my BAU, that's my business as usual, make sure that I didn't drop the ball. It was a challenging time, but it was also a learning opportunity for me to understand what it takes to lead, to understand what it takes to shoulder a responsibility that you've never done before. And it also increased my knowledge because it's a challenge. It's a new thing for me to step into a role that's never been mine. It's a role that was higher than where I was. And it helped me learn a lot, helped me understand an organization of the politics in the organization. It helped me learn how to manage people, how to manage certain situations. And yeah, I actually delivered to expectation. I didn't drop my ball. My responsibilities were well taken care of. And also what she needed to do was well taken care of. Where I needed to escalate certain things to her, I actually jotted it down, noted it, and make sure that when she returned, she was given an update on, the things I've done and the things that were requiring her attention. Yes, and to sum it up, I think when you're called or when you're tested to assume a leadership role, the first thing you need to do is just learn how to navigate through that space, understand the basics. Where you don't know, clearly states you don't know. Right? And thank you very much. I'm not seeing the timer, by the way, but I think I've spoken a lot. Thank you. I yield my time.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Pamalik Bar. When you are called, learn how to navigate, and when you don't know, indicate that you do not know. Thank you very much for that response. I'm going to come to you, Toastmaster Emmanuel Olamide. I'll be sharing my screen so you could pick numbers 2 to 6. Number 1 has already been taken.
All right. Thank you very much, Toastmaster. I would go for number 5.
Question number 5, the rookie manager. If you could travel back in time to your very first day in a position of responsibility, what warning or piece of wisdom would you whisper to your younger self?
All right. Thank you very much, Toastmaster. If I could travel back in time to my very first day in a position of responsibility, what warning or piece of wisdom would I whisper to my younger self? If I could recall vividly, I think the first position of responsibility I did get was a class captain. And if I could whisper a piece of wisdom to my younger self, it would be, I think it would be to serve and to listen more to my classmates, not just be authoritative, but to hear from their point of view and make sure to do my best to serve. Yeah, I think that would be my take on the question. Thank you very much, Toastmaster Linus.
Thank you so very kindly, Toastmaster Emmanuel Olande, for that succinct response. Any other volunteers on the call, especially the guests, please? Mr. President, I'll be relying on you to please help identify guests on the call, guests that are willing to speak, or any other Toastmaster that would like to take up a table topic.
I see Messi Luxio. I think he's a guest. Maybe I'm right, maybe I'm not. But if you should be interested, I would love to have her.
Mercy, can you hear us?
Yeah, I can hear you. Good afternoon.
Okay,
Good afternoon.
good afternoon. Please confirm if you're a guest or a Toastmaster.
I'm a guest.
Oh, good to know, good to know. And this session is actually made for our guests on the call. And we would like to check with you if you're comfortable just speaking for 2 minutes on any topic that you pick on the cards.
All right, let me try.
Okay, just so you know, there are no right or wrong answers. It's just you being you and speaking from the heart of the cuff. So we need you to pick between numbers 3 to 6, as number 2 has been picked.
I'll go with 3.
Number 3. Yes, the pivot point. The question is, if you were handed the reins, the organization of a struggling organization or a project today, what is the very first bold pivot or change you would make to turn things around? If you were handed the reins of a struggling organization or project today, what is the very first bold pivot or change you would make to turn things around?
Thank you very much for the question. Sorry, I don't know if you can see me.
So I'm sharing my screen if you can see my screen and the question is there, but I will repeat it. I said, if you were handed the reins of a struggling organization or project today, what is the very first bold pivot or change you would make to turn things around?
Okay, I am Mercy, guest Mercy. So if I am handed the reins of a struggling organization, a project, the very first bold pivot of change I would like to turn around will be to get reviews from the workers, get reviews on where they've been lagging so far, and what are the things that are making the company or the firm to be struggling at the moment. So when I get those reviews, I'll try to do a business analysis and SWOT analysis actually to know why it's been happening like that. And also look at some other sectors in the firm, especially the financial aspect of it. And also the customer reviews too. I'll go on social media to check what customers are also talking about the firm. And with all these points, most times when people are leading in an organization, let me just put it like that, they tend not to listen to customers' reviews. Those are the end users using that particular product. So if you don't listen to what those people are grieving about, of course, the plannings and everything you're doing in the organization might be going askew. You wouldn't know. So I would listen to the comments of the end users and the staff and try to balance the equation, bring things in order, and then try to make the staff
Mercy, we lost your audio for a bit
come on.
there. Please confirm if you're done.
Sorry. So I didn't know that I was thrown out. So I said I would like to I would listen and compare from the end users and from the staff, and then try to make their work seamless. Thank you very much for that.
Thank you very kindly, and thank you for your courage to speak, Mercy. We look forward to having you speak more in our Toastmasters meeting. So I'm going to come to Tonia ACN. Tonia ACN, if you're still on the call,
But yes, I am. So
please
please, because
confirm you
of
can see my
time,
screen.
yes, I can see your screen. Please, I am the Toastmasters of the day, Toastmaster of the day. Please, because of time, when we
Yes, I am.
shouldn't take more speeches.
All right, thank you. Duly noted. And thank you everyone that participated in the table topic session. I now hand over the reins back to the Toastmaster of the day, to Tonia ACN.
Thank you very much. Thank you so much for that section. That was good. And for everyone that spoke. Thank you. So we will now move to the prepared speech section where leaders rise through intentional practice. Now, every leader has a voice that is refined through preparation, courage, repetition, and feedback. So as we listen, let us remember that leadership can go askew when we stop learning, but it flourishes when we remain students of growth. Before introducing our first speaker, it is my pleasure to introduce the evaluator who will provide valuable feedback on the speech. I'll be introducing TM Igolo Anebo. I hope I introduced your name properly. My apologies if I didn't. He likes to dabble in different hobbies such as reading, watching movies, or gisting. She believes in modeling the three C's: calm, cool, and collected, and is basically an engineer with a twist. Interesting. Combining her technical reservoir engineering skills with the ability to connect, communicate, and collaborate effectively. Please use the virtual emoji to invite her to the virtual lectern. Over to you, Toastmaster Igolo.
Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you, Toastmaster of the day. Please confirm that you can hear me and you can see me.
Yes, we can hear. I can hear and see you.
Awesome. Thank you. So today we're going to be listening to Toastmaster Wadibo Wagbo, who is going to be speaking from Level 1, Project 1, an icebreaker speech from the presentation mastery. And the title of her speech is Who is Wadi? So this speech is supposed to last for 4 to 6 minutes. And the purpose of the speech is for her to tell us as a club and also the people on the call about herself in a well-structured speech. I'll be listening out for interesting anecdotes about her, or her past or her present, whichever way she decides to tell the speech, and I'll be back at the end of the meeting to give my evaluation. Thank you, and over to you, Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you. Thank you so much, TM Igolo. Now, our first speaker, her name is TM Nwadi. She is presenting a Level 1 Project 1 icebreaker from the presentation mastery part. So the icebreaker for our guest is the beginning of every Toastmasters speaking journey. It is an opportunity for members to share their story, their experiences, and the person behind the podium. She is a chartered accountant with over 8 years of experience in the manufacturing, oil, and gas sector, specializing in financial reporting, internal controls, and audit. She enjoys solving problems and working with numbers, especially finding smarter and more effective ways to get things done. She is also passionate about personal growth and constantly challenge herself to step outside her comfort zone, which led her to Toastmasters. In her free time, she enjoys listening to music, solving puzzles, and learning new things. Please use the virtual emoji to welcome TM Nwadi as she speaks with the title, Who is Nwadi? Please let's welcome her. Over to you.
Thank you. Thank you, TM. So, Sonia, please confirm you can hear me.
We can hear you.
Okay. Thank you. As you all have heard, my name is Nwadi. Well, that's actually not my full name. My full name is Nwadi, so which means is an Igbo name that means child is sweet. People have tried to butcher my name as long as I can remember. Even during the last meeting, the Toastmaster of the day found it difficult to pronounce my name. So what I do in those moments is to just laugh and just say, my name is Nwadi, so, or you can call me Nwadi. Because the name is quite unique and not common, people tend to ask me, why did your parents name you Nwadi? So one day I went to my dad. I asked my dad, Dad, why did you name me Nwadi? So why not Choma, Chisom, or those popular Igbo names? Why Nwadi? So he now laughed and said that during one of his trips, he met a lady that was named Nwadi. So he loved the name and promised himself that if he will have another female child, he will name her Nwadi. So which happened to be me. Although the name might be unique and not common, it's made me to learn that being different is actually not a bad thing. I guess it meant I'm unique. Now let me introduce you to the growing up Nwadi. I'm the fifth child out of 6 children. Growing up, I talked a lot. That's quite hard to believe, right? I actually did. I wasn't talkative. I love numbers. I love calculations and anything that involves solving problems. So that's why I became an accountant. I'm a tall lady, I'm 5'11", so you must notice me whenever I enter a space. In fact, I don't like attention, so I am always a backbencher. Which will now bring me to the social Nwadi. Social Nwadi is fun and friendly. I love music. I love listening to music, going for concerts. I'm not shy. I can talk to anybody. So far, it does not involve me standing on the stage. But over the years, I've learned that I can be friendly, but not everyone's friend. I can be kind, but not too close. So, which brings me to the awkward Nwadi. You can make me uncomfortable by putting me on a spot and ask me to talk or speak in public. I might have the answer to a question and remain silent. I may have an idea that will help solve a problem. I will not say anything. Not because I don't know what to say, but because fear and anxiety always control me. And that part of Nwadi have always controlled the mic. Now let me introduce you to the current Nwadi. I cannot see the timer just in case. The current Wadi is learning that confidence is not inborn, is what we have to build ourselves. One mic at a time, one speech at a time. And that's the reason I joined Toastmasters. One option. So if someone have told me that I will be here to speak to you guys, I would have said it's a lie. But here I am. So who is Wadi? Wadi is friendly, Wadi is learning, Wadi is growing, and most importantly, Wadi is evolving to the lady she's to become. Thank you very much. Thank you. I hand over to the Toastmaster.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Wadi. No, listening to you deliver your speech, it just occurred to me that before I had interest in public speaking, I couldn't really, give a very clear introduction of myself. So thank you very much. I'll just go home and practice this. Okay, so we move to the second speech. So I'll call on the evaluator for the second speech, TM Oluwatosin Alayinde. My apologies. She's a skilled multimedia presenter with extensive experience in speech writing, event hosting, and voice acting. With a strong passion and enthusiasm for effective communication, she teaches and influences on imbibing communication, and leadership skills. She is an associate of the Nigerian Institute of Public Relations and holds certifications in voice acting, elocution, among others. Please use the visual emoji to welcome our evaluator, Toastmaster Oluwatosin.
Thank you so much, Madam Toastmaster of the day. Good afternoon, fellow Toastmasters and guests.
Good afternoon.
Thank you so much. Our next speaker is Toastmaster Ogona Anyanwu, and he's speaking from the Level 1 Project 2 pathway, the Dynamic Leadership Pathway. I take that again, Level 1 Project 2, the Dynamic Leadership Pathway. And the title of his speech is To What End? To What End? That's the title of Toastmaster Ogona's speech. And the purpose of this project is for him to learn or review basic methods for writing a speech with a defined purpose and to present a well-organized speech. So I'll be back to deliver my evaluation report on Toastmaster Ogona's speech. Thank you.
Very much, Madam Evaluator. Our second speaker is TM Ugonna Anyanwu, presenting a Level 1 Project 2 speech from Dynamic Leadership Pathway. TM Ugonna Anyanwu is a sales and marketing professional and a sports and fitness enthusiast. He enjoys spending quiet time in nature and loves playing the game of chess in his leisure time. And today he will be delivering a speech titled To What End? Please join me in welcoming Toastmaster Ugonna Anyanwu. I can't see it. Please use your visual or emoji to welcome him. Thank you. Over to you, Toastmaster.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster of the day. Thank you. Good afternoon once again, fellow Toastmasters and guests. I can still see Toastmaster of the day in spotlight as Zoom Master. Thank you. So, those of us who play chess, we understand that in chess, winning is what matters a lot to us. So when we start the game, we are thinking of winning, and we call it checkmate. Now, checkmate is a situation where you finally capture the king of your opponent. You don't necessarily capture him, but I say him now, though it's a piece on the board. But you capture it to the point where he has no way to run, and then the game is over. Then, as new players, we are always excited to learn the beginnings of the game. How do you arrange the pieces on the board? What are the first moves you do? What do you do? What do you do? And our teacher then will say, do this, and we get very excited. Now, Russian grandmaster in the 1920s, his name is Sergei Takova. He said something very interesting, that chess is usually divided into three main segments. The opening, where you believe you are doing well, the mid game, where you think you are doing well, and then the end game, where you definitely know you are going to lose. So the grandmasters understood that why those of us who are beginning excited about the opponents, they envision the end, they understand the position they wanted to get to in the end game on the board that gives them a chance of winning the game. So the end game matters a whole lot. An American writer and author, Covey, described it in his book, 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. He says the principle is with an end in mind. What we found, or what I found, was when people set out to do something, they're always excited about something. They learn the basics of starting the game. They learn how to play the game a bit, but they never get to master the game because they had no idea what the end looks like. So, for example, I am a runner. I run, and I recently joined a running club. I found out that each time I go out to run, when I run, let's say I run for 30 minutes, 1 hour, I have no idea, and I come back home, some days I am not usually fulfilled in the run I did, even though I know that I had run probably more than anybody who was running that day doing exercise anywhere in the country. But there is still that lack of fulfillment because I had no idea what I was aiming to. Well, interestingly, the days I leave my house and I decide that today I am going to run for 5 kilometers, or today I am going to run from point A to point B, and then I come back. When I achieved that, you could see the joy in my face. I feel so fulfilled, and I look at myself and I say, wow, so I did 5 kilometers today. Wow, that was beautiful. That shows progress. The reason I was happier when I gave myself that target was because I had a definite end, 5 kilometers. If I had no definite end, who knows? I could have run 10 kilometers and yet I would still not be happy. So having that definite end whenever we are trying to do anything, whether it's playing a game or whether it's in our career or those who go to the gym, you need to have the end to say, okay, today I want to lift 50 kilogram, lift it 100 times. That definite end brings value into our lives. Think about it. As the year gets into the midterm, June is the middle of the year, about the 6th month of the year. You found out that a lot of us, the goals we had from January when the year started, we are feeling overwhelmed. We don't even know if the year is going on fine. We don't even know if we are being successful at what we do. Because for some of us, when we started the year, we say, oh, I want to make money this year, 2026. And if someone says, how much? You just freeze because you had never even taken out time to think about how much, really, how much for 2026. to make it look successful. Some people say, oh, I want to lose weight this year. And how much? You were 10 kilogram. How many kilogram are you losing this year? No idea. And if you force them for a response, they just give you a vague answer. Oh, I want to have money like Dangote. Oh, Elon Musk kind of money. You see, they give you one maybe infinite figure that even they themselves know is totally unrealistic. But you see, the people who are happier, the people who feel like their lives are going successfully, are people who have definite ends to whatever they are doing. When they start something, they always ask themselves, to what end? To what end does not mean you are thinking small. It means you understand that the game should have an end, and then you have to start another game. It means you understand that to make money, you have a definite figure, and then you reach it and think of another one. But just going without any end in mind, it's a fatal way to lose. And yes, the Grandmaster was right. When we get to the end games, we usually lose the game of chess because we did not understand that there was an end, which the Grandmaster knew beforehand. Thank you very much. It's back to you, the Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Ugonna Anyao. I must confess, I am very much intimidated by the game of chess. I have it in the house, but I've never attempted to because I'm just intimidated by it. So maybe after this speech now, I I may have decided to be bold and courageous as a leader. We now arrive at what we consider the most valuable part of Toastmasters experience, the evaluation season. As mentioned earlier, evaluation is the breakfast of champions. This is where growth becomes visible. Our general evaluator has carefully observed today's meeting and coordinated the evaluation team to ensure that every participant receives meaningful feedback. Please join me welcome once again our general evaluator, TM Kofoworola Jagun. My apologies. Please, let's make welcome.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Iko. And this has been a really amazing meeting, and it has been my pleasure to be here. Before we dive into the evaluation section, we'll play a bit more games. Are we ready?
Yes, we are.
Okay, so the questions I have now, or the emojis I have now, are not related directly to public speaking, but they are just, it's still the same sequence. Guess the answers of the emojis. So this is the first one. Just unmute yourself or type in the chat box when you have an answer. Does anybody have any answer for this? There's an apple, there's a calendar, there's a direction. There's a direction to the right, there's an arrow right, there's a doctor, and there's a sign that says
An apple a day keeps the doctor away.
yes, an apple a day keeps the doctor away. Toastmaster Kudus and Toastmaster Iko got it this time. We have another one here. Can we guess what this is? Rain, rainstorm, rainbow. No, we're not there yet. Rainbow. We're getting close. Noah's Ark. No. Raining season. No. It's a phrase that people say. Calm after the storm. Very close. Do we have more guesses? We're going to silver lining, also pretty close. We're going to give this to Toastmaster Igolo, and that was saying after the rain comes the rainbow. So the calm after the storm. Thank you very much, Toastmaster Igolo. We have another one here. This is a proverb. I'm giving us tips so that we can answer this well. This is a proverb. We have a bird, we have a palm, we
A
have
bird in
equal.
hand is better than two in the bush.
Okay, Toastmaster Igolo has been waiting for that. Thank you very much for participating, everyone. Now we're going to go straight into our evaluation section, and we'll start by introducing our first evaluator. Toastmaster Igolo, the virtual lectern is yours.
At least I came in on a high. Good afternoon, General Evaluator. Good
Good
afternoon, everyone.
afternoon.
Thank you, Toastmaster Wadi, for today's speech. It was very interesting, and I'm going to give my evaluation now. I'm using the CRC method, which is the recommended method of Toastmasters, which is commend, recommend, and commend. Congratulations on your icebreaker. It was very nice knowing you or meeting some parts of you. I love the fact that you started your speech with telling us the meaning of your name. So at least if most of us didn't know, we now know. And it kind of gave us a glimpse into what your parents were thinking when they named you that. Also telling us the story of how you went to meet your dad and how he explained to you the person that he met was also a perfect way for us to solidify that thought. So now whenever we hear the name, we can remember that picture or that memory. I love that you divided yourself into three different phases or four different phases: growing Wadi, social Wadi, awkward Wadi, and then present Wadi. That was very interesting because you're able to delineate how your character has changed over the years from being a talkative and also being very social, loving maths, which has remained constant since you're now an accountant. That was awesome. What do I recommend? I know this is your first speech, so going forward, it would be better if you give a speech standing up, especially if it's a virtual speech. That way, it gives people a feel or a sense that you're there with them in the room. It also helps to open up yourself to be able to allow you to give more expressions, whether with your hands or your body. I'm sure this will come in handy down the road. Also, love the fact that you ended with a smile. You were able to keep up the tempo in your voice while speaking, and you made sure that we did not lose attention while you were telling us who you were and what you're planning to become by joining Toastmasters. I look forward to hearing you speak. I look forward to hearing you speak further, and congratulations once again on breaking the ice. Over to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you very much,
Thank you
Toastmaster,
very much
for your
for
evaluation.
your
To the next evaluator of Toastmaster
evaluation of
Ugona's
Toastmasters.
speech. Please, if your mic is,
Please, if your
can we call Toastmaster
Toastmaster
Oluwatosin Alayande to give our
Oluwatosin
evaluation?
Alayande.
Thank you so much, Madam Odi. First of all, I'd like to request that we please give a virtual round of applause to Toastmaster Ugonayanwu. I'm waiting. All right. Thank you so much. Yes, Toastmaster Ogona, I'd like to commend you on a well-delivered speech. I like the fact that you started with giving us an illustration or analysis of the chess game. This made your speech relatable and immediately drew your audience to you. I also like the goal part where you told us about having a definite end in mind. This is also so relatable because most times all set goals that we just want to do this. You know, definite, not definite about what definite about what you do. So I appreciate the fact that you showed that point. smile. How you enjoy that you're comfortable, you're comfortable. You smile shows that you were not under any pressure. It shows that no pressure when
Toastmaster Luatosi, please can you check your microphone? I think there's some echoes.
Okay, is it better now?
Yes, it is.
Yes, it is. I'm sorry about that. Our Toastmasters gonna smile, and it showed that he was prepared for his speech. However, I would have loved that Toastmaster gonna made more use of variations to keep your audience connected. Remember, it's a virtual meeting. Your audience are, but you're not in a physical space. So giving us a good. Please, can you still hear me? So I was saying that we would have loved you more tonal variations to keep your audience connected to your speech all through. Above all, it was a good speech which met the objective of the speech. Well done, Toastmaster Ugonna. Please keep speaking and keep smashing your speaking goals.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Luatosi. We will now be bringing forward the table topics evaluator in the person of Toastmaster Chika Ezianya. Our table topics evaluator is a social worker, and she lives by the words of Mother Teresa that says, in the end, it is not how much we give, but how much we put into giving. Please let's welcome Toastmaster Chika Ezianya.
Thank you, Toastmaster Kofu, and good afternoon, Toastmaster and guest. Good afternoon. I want us to good afternoon. Please let's use the opportunity to give our volunteers a virtual round of applause. Thank you. I'll be moving on to my evaluation. Starting from the table topics master, Toastmaster Linus, I loved how he anchored his section. He started by introducing what the table topic segment was about, and he told us the timing segment, which was a good one. And he also encouraged members to speak and guests to speak as well, and that was very impressive. I just have one suggestion for the table topics master, which is I noticed that at some point when you try to when you were trying to call up speakers, I think a better way is for you to read the questions first before calling up the speakers. That will help people volunteer. That's just one suggestion. Moving on to the first speaker. The questions are a bit long, so I'll just go on to give their evaluation. For the first speaker, I loved how he shared a personal story and he also repeated the question. He told us a personal story of his boss who was not feeling so well and how he stepped in to carry up the responsibility and how he managed that role, and he helps him know how to manage people, and that was a very good one, sharing your personal story. I also liked how the first speaker used the word of the day as cue. That was very brilliant to introduce the word of the day in your speech. For recommendation, I would love to recommend that I noticed that your camera angle was not quite good. A better way could be setting up your camera angle in a way that, since it's a virtual meeting and it's a professional meeting, setting your camera in a way that is quite better for a meeting like this. Then another recommendation was your hand gestures. I noticed that all through your speech, at most point of your speech, your hands were like this. You could use your hand more frequently to express your speeches. That's for the first speaker. Then for the second speaker, Toastmaster Emmanuel Olamide, he also repeated the question, and he told us that he gave us a response to the question, that his response to the question is to serve and listen more to his classmates and do more to serve. He also answered his question in less than a minute, and that is not quite, should I say, that's not really the timing segment for a table topic section. It's usually 1 minute or 2 minutes. So he spoke less than 1 minute. I encourage him to speak more often and try to make use of his 1 minute next time. And we didn't get to feel his presence because he didn't turn on his camera. For next time, for better improvement, for us to feel your hand gestures, for us to feel your presence, it is best to turn on your camera when you are called on to speak. Overall, you spoke well, and you also gave us what we expected. And for the last speaker, who was the last speaker? The last speaker also repeated the question. She repeated the question, and she also told us that she will get that ways she could solve or help a struggling organization is to get reviews from the work that they are lagging and also analyze the business. And she also told us that she will also focus more on the financial reviews and do well to check online review, which will help the organization grow. So she did very well. She did very well, but one recommendation I would love to give her is to reduce her use of filler words, because filler words doesn't really add to our message. It helps distract our audience from the core message that we are trying to say. And also her lightning, though she showed us her camera, she turned on her camera, her lightning was not too bright. So I recommend that next time you should ensure that you check your lightning and your environment for speeches. Overall, all speakers did well. Well done. Well done, well done, well done. I think that's all I have for now. And I also love that the first speaker, he gave us a call to action. I think I didn't mention that, but I would love to mention that. He said, when you are called to do something, learn how to navigate when you don't know, say that you don't know. That was the call to action that he gave us. Overall, all speakers did well, and I want to say well done to our table topics evaluator, our table topics master, and well done to everyone who came up here to speak. It's been a brilliant section for the table topics. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, thank you, thank you. It is back to you, our general evaluator. Over to you. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Chika. Thank you very much for
Thank
that
you.
beautiful evaluation session. Now we'll be moving to the
Thank you.
evaluation of the tag team. But before we go into that, we are going to do a few more games. If you've not gotten any questions, now is the time to participate and get something. I'll be posting the first set of emojis. This is a popular quote.
A journey of 1,000 miles.
Please
that it?
finish it.
Begins with a step.
Yes. Yes, that's it. Thank you very much. We have another one here, which is, I would say is it an idiom? So we have new one. Someone, I think if I say it, it will reveal the answer. This is a figure of speech, actually.
Run faster than
Run faster. No, that's not correct. Do we have any suggestions? Any other answers?
towards bricks. Running away
That
from
is very close.
Uh, mm,
Anybody care to give us the answer? This is running into a brick wall.
oh,
And then we have one more year. And this one is actually pretty hard. And this is Toastmasters related. It is a quote we like to use as Toastmasters. We have someone speaking. We have an arrow that is pointing to the year. We have an arrow that is pointing to an upward chart.
Is it feedback is breakfast for
Yes. Feedback is the breakfast of champions.
Is
Thank
that
you
correct?
very much,
Wow.
Toastmaster Sandra.
wow.
Okay.
Now we'll be calling our tag team, and I'd like to start with the R counter. Can our R counter please unmute and give us the report?
Just a second here. Okay. So for TM Oluwatoyosi, okay, she used the 1, 2, 3, 5 times. For Malik Ba, he used the twice. For Mercy, beg your pardon, she used twice. And myself, I used twice. So this is my report. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I would like to call our grammarian next in the person of Toastmaster Kudus Adebayo. Please, can you unmute and give us the grammarian's report?
Thank you very much, the general evaluator. Yes, this is the grammarian's report. The word of the day today was a little bit mouth-watering, but we had some people who were able to summon the courage to use it. Ask you. The Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster equal SCN. I counted at least three. I may not have picked everything, but I counted at least three. Toastmaster, the table topics master, Toastmaster Dinos, mentioned the word of the day twice. Toastmaster Paramalikba mentioned it once. The words that I like, Toastmaster Igolo mentioned delineate. It means to describe something with detail. I think that's a very good choice of word. She also mentioned will come in handy and this means for something to be useful. We had a lot of idioms from the general evaluator. We are tasked with mentioning a number of idioms. I'll just mention a few of them. An apple a day keep the doctor away. After the rain comes the rainbow. A bird at hand is better than two in the bush. Which these are these are wonderful idioms, and these are words. These are idioms and words that we should use in our day-to-day activities to just add variety to our grammar. Thank you very much for having me, the general evaluator, and I'll hand over back to you.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Kudus. And now we'll be calling the last role player on the tag team, the timer. Toastmaster Luwatoyosi, okay, please can you unmute and give us your timer's report?
Thank you, General Evaluator, for today. Okay, good afternoon once again, fellow Toastmaster and guests.
Good afternoon.
Okay. Like I told you earlier that I would be back with my report, so I'm here now to give my report. First of all, for the table topics, I have Toastmaster Palik Ban, He spent 3 minutes 30 seconds. Toastmaster Emmanuel spent 1 minute 1 minute 30 seconds. Then we have the guests in our midst, Mercy. She spent 3 minutes 20 seconds. That's for the table topic. Then we have for the prepared speech, Toastmaster Nwadi. Toastmaster Nwadi spent 6 minutes 24 seconds. Then we have for Toastmaster Ogona, he spent 6 minutes 38 seconds. Also for the evaluator, TM Ugolo, he spent 2 minutes. TM Oluwatosin spent 2 minutes 40 seconds. And then we have TM Chika Ezeaya. She spent 5 minutes 57 seconds. Okay, so again, before I leave, I just want to say generally we all did well, and most of us did not actually keep to time. And I would leave us with this, that time is what we want most, but what we use worse. And this is by William Penn. Thank you, and that is my report for today. Back to you, the general evaluator.
Thank you very much to our timer, and thank you very much to all the evaluators for all their presentations. Please, can we give everyone a round of applause? I can't see our rounds of applause. Please, let's commend all the evaluators so far. Thank you. Now I'll be delivering my general evaluators report. To start with, I have to start from the beginning, and I am very pleased and delighted that this meeting started right on time. That was really good. That was very commendable. And from what I can see on the time, I can see that we're going to finish in time as well. More than that, I loved how the agenda was well structured and the agenda mapped out every time for the meeting. The agenda was also shared with role play as well in advance before the meeting so that people could look at the agenda and be prepared for the meeting. That was really good, and well done to the Vice President Education team. I would also like to commend the preparedness of the role players. I noticed that the role players were prepared and were ready to take on their roles during the meeting, and most role players also turned on their camera during the meeting. I noticed specifically that intending Toastmaster Mercy, who delivered the table topics, even though she wasn't ready for that, was still able to turn on her camera during her presentation. So that was amazing and well done. In terms of my recommendations, I have a few recommendations, and I would like to start with the Toastmaster of the Day. For the Toastmaster of the Day, I would like to recommend that next time first of all, I would like to commend your presentation as Toastmaster of the Day. I learned that this was your first time playing the role, and it is not easy to anchor such a session and be responsible for the meeting during the meeting. In terms of recommendation, I would like to say that when you're doing online presentations, it is recommended that you stay out of the line of sight of people maybe coming in or walking around. That would really help to avoid disruptions during the meeting. I would also like to encourage maybe infusing some games or activities during the course of the meeting to make the meeting room more engaged while you're playing the role. I think you did a very great job. I loved how you were taking notes and listening throughout the course of the meeting. I noticed you were scribbling a number of things down. That was really good. It shows you were paying a lot of attention. I really appreciate that, and I loved that you anchored this session really well. Next, I would like to commend the Table Topics Master for anchoring that session. We had a few volunteers during the session, and that was really nice to see. I also loved that I came prepared with his slides, and he was ready to take on the session. My recommendation to the table topics master would be that I would recommend that when next you're playing the table topics master role, you perhaps come 10 or 15 minutes early and get accustomed to your audience so that you can take notes of people that would like to speak in the table topic session, especially Toastmasters and guests as well. That way you might, when you don't have that way, even when people don't volunteer during the session, you already have a list of names of people that have said, okay, I don't mind doing this. I would also like to recommend that perhaps you give us tips for answering table topics so we don't start from maybe oblivion, and we are aware of how to deliver table topics questions. Otherwise, I think you did an amazing job. I loved your questions. I love that you came with your slides, and I love that we could tell that you were very prepared for the role. In terms of the tag team, I would like to commend every member of the tag team and also commend the president for standing in as the grammarian when the grammarian had network issues. That was really good. It's always important to have someone to fill in for roles in case of technical glitches. So that was really good and well done. The tag team, the timer, the accountant, and the grammarian played their roles really well. The accountant kept a video on specifically almost throughout the course of the meeting. And I found that commendable because it also encouraged me to try to keep my camera on during the course of the meeting, just so that we can have a more lively meeting room. I would also like to recommend to the grammarian next time to perhaps pick a simpler or less challenging, would it be less challenging? A word of the day that can be easily used, or another example would be to give Toastmasters specific usage of the word of the day so that it is easy to incorporate into our meetings. Then we can also take that outside after the meeting. That way, more people, I think that would encourage more people to use the word of the day. More people to use the word of the day. More than that, I loved that the transitions were seamless. I love that we did not have a lot of technical glitches because that can be a real problem for online meetings. And because we didn't have those technical glitches, we are still about to finish on time. I love that the role players came well, they were well prepared, the speakers were also well prepared, and the evaluators were very attentive during the course of the meeting. I loved that the evaluators were very attentive during the course of the meeting. I also loved the participation during the little game we had. I love that everyone was eager to participate, even using the chat box for people that couldn't unmute themselves. That was really great, and that was really amazing to see. I would like to remind us of these words again, which say that the purpose of feedback is not to judge, but to help us do better. And I hope that when we take this feedback, we can do better in future meetings and we can do amazingly well and continue to improve on the things that we have done well. Thank you very much. And it's back to you, the Toastmaster of the day. Toastmaster Iko.
Thank you so much, Madam General Evaluator. Duly noted. We'll do better. That is why we are here. And thank you to all evaluators and role players for all your valuable contributions, including the attendees. This was a wonderful time. So as we conclude today's meeting, let us reflect on our today's theme, leaders rising. Now, leadership does not emerge from perfection, but consistent efforts. It emerges when we choose growth over comfort, courage over fear, and service over self-interest. We were reminded by Ralph Nader's words that leadership is about producing more leaders, not more followers. May we live here committed to helping others rise while continuing our journey of growth. And whenever our goals, plans, or priorities begin to drift away, may we have the wisdom to realign ourselves and continue moving forward. Thank you for your attention and participation. And to officially close today's meeting, it is my honor to invite the president of Seaside Toastmasters Club, a leader dedicated to serving our members and advancing the mission of Toastmasters. Please help me welcome our president, Toastmaster Kudos Adebayo.
Thank you very much, the Toastmaster of the day, the wonderful Toastmaster of the day. Thank you for hosting us on this wonderful session. I want to thank every one of us for staying till this time on the call. I want to especially thank the guests for joining us and also staying till this time. Please, if you're a guest, let's wait behind after the meeting. We would like to meet you. We would like to know more about you. The Toastmaster Amy would like to address you at the end of today's call. I want to especially thank the guest Toastmaster who are on this call today, starting from the General Evaluator, the President-elect of Sule Toastmasters Club, Toastmaster Kofola Jagun, Toastmaster Chika from Sule Toastmasters, Toastmaster Linus from Pecten Toastmasters, and any other person that I'm missing. Thank you so much for joining us today. I want to especially thank Toastmaster Pa Malikba. I think he has dropped off. Thank you for joining us today. We've had a wonderful session so far. We've had wonderful speeches, great table topics. One that I have enjoyed so much. I enjoyed especially the icebreaker from Toastmaster Nwandi So Nwagbo, who is Nwandi. This is since she joined Seaside, she has hit the ground running, and every time she's going to be introduced or her name will be pronounced, you just have most people murmuring her name. And you've heard today how to pronounce her name. Please, the next time anyone murders her name, Toastmaster Nwandi, please, you can start collecting fines from people. Just name your price. And I am sure the side at Hams will be happy to help you implement that. Thank you so much for that wonderful icebreaker. We have been waiting for it. And I can tell you that that icebreaker is one that is worth waiting for. We really enjoyed it. I want to also congratulate Toastmaster Sandra Daniel, who played the role of the counter for the first time. She did wonderfully well, and that was a very good performance. This is the first time she'll be playing a role in Toastmasters, and she did it with so much poise and balance. I want to also congratulate Toastmaster Iko SEN. In the beginning of the call, I told you that we are seeing leaders rising here at Seaside Toastmasters. And Toastmaster Iko took the bull by the horn by playing the role of the Toastmaster of the day for the first time. Thank you so much. On June 20th, which is next week, Saturday, we'll be having the Division Excellence Award and Recognition event at Muson Center. We hope that you'll be there. If you are still interested in getting your forms, your form is now for 75,000 naira. If you're interested, you can reach out and we are going to help you process that. Toastmasters and guests, we've come to the end of today's meeting. And this meeting find me reflecting on what this journey has truly meant. The true beauty of leadership is that when one chapter closes, another should begin, which is why Alfunada said, the function of leadership is to produce more leaders, not more followers. The greatest legacy of any leader is not simply what they achieved, but the leaders and possibilities that continue after them. Serving as your president has been one of the greatest privileges of my Toastmasters journey. I came into this role with a desire to serve, and I've learned, I've grown, I made mistakes, received support from every one of you, and experienced firsthand the power of a committed community. Now I'm looking back proud, not because of what one person have achieved, but because of what we have all achieved together. Every milestone was made possible by you, the members, who continue to show up, who contribute, support, and you have always believed in Seaside and the journey that we are all on together. I want to especially thank my executive committee. Thank you for walking this journey with me. Thank you for your sacrifice. Thank you for your ideas, your commitments. Thank you for every time that I call you in the morning, afternoon, night. Thank you for every time that I drop messages. Thank you for not getting tired of me. Thank you for living alongside me. As this chapter comes to a close, a new one is about to begin. I'm excited for the incoming executive committee, one which will be led by Toastmaster Ugona Anyanwu, which you have all voted for as your incoming president. I'm excited for the fresh ideas that this team will be bringing, the passion, the energy, and I have confidence that they will continue to build on what we have achieved and take Seaside to even greater heights. But without our support, leadership will not thrive. Let's give the same encouragement, cooperation. Let's continue to give the same patience and commitment that you have given us. Let's extend even more to them. Let's show for them, support the initiatives. Let's offer our ideas if we have one. Let's volunteer. Let's participate. Because the success of Seaside will not depend only on Ugona. It will depend on all of us. As we live today, let's remember that leadership does not begin when you receive a title. It begins the moment you decide to make a difference. Let's keep learning. Let's keep serving. And let's keep rising to the occasion, just like Toastmaster Equal has done to me. Thank you, and long live Seaside Toastmasters Club. Thank you, and our next meeting will be on July 4th, 2026 at the hotel. Please, let's be there. Thank you, Toastmaster Equal. I love you. Let's all be there. Please, guests, let's wait behind Toastmaster Ime. Is Toastmaster Ime still on the call? No, she's not. She's not. She has dropped off. Okay, do we have any guests here on the call? I can see Gloria, and I can see, I don't know, I don't want to pronounce this name. I mean, Ikayere Omaike. Are you guests? I can also see AJ. Yes, you are. Thank you very much. Do you want to, we would like to meet you. Would you like to introduce yourself, how you get to know about Seaside Toastmasters, and what do you think about today's meeting? I would like to know
Hi
you.
everybody, good afternoon.
Hi.
I'm unable to turn on the video. I found out about Toastmasters online and I made some inquiry, and that was how I was directed to Seaside.